Welcome back, guys. It's been a long time since I made a video, but that's just because I've been busy doing a lot of stuff. I've been trying to learn Spanish, trying to learn how to play chess. I'm in an EMT class, doing work, reading, a lot of different things. And I started doing all these things in August. Um, it's been very, very helpful. It's definitely something all young men should do to direct their lives more is learn valuable skills and make money at the same time. Valuable skills like learning a second language, um, like becoming an EMT. The school I'm in now, it's a 3 month class. Something's wrong with this camera, it's so weird. It's a 3 month class. At the end of it, if you pass the class, then you can go on to just doing the final NREMT, which is National Registry of um, National Registry of or for Emergency Medical Technicians. So once you pass that, you are a certified EMT, not licensed. You have to actually join a department to be licensed, but you're a certified EMT. And even if you don't have that, even if you didn't get certified, they're still great skills to have. You would still have those skills. So, learning skills like that. I've also been around a lot of younger people, young men. Uh, I wouldn't even say men. Men should not be included in that sentence at all. Well, it's so amazing. It doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense, but it doesn't make any sense. There's this video of Dana White, or Dana, however you say it, saying, he said, if you're even somewhat of a savage, you'll just run over these kids in today's generation. And the more I live, I think that's true. It's so true, and it's so obvious. As I have more and more conversations, when I have conversations with younger people, one of my objectives is to understand what the average young person thinks. If I could sum up what the average young person thinks, uh, it's, man, I can't wait to get that new truck that I can't afford. Man, that new video game's so cool. Man, I just want some new shoes. Plus, I might need some for this reason, this reason, this reason. Man, I just want to buy this new thing. I want to get this new thing. I can't wait for this new thing. Like, I had someone ask me a question the other day. He said, if someone gave you $20,000 but you could only use it for a vacation, what would you do? What would you do? And I said, this might not count to you, but I would go home. I would get a first class seat to go home, buy some cattle, buy some sheep, uh, and buy some tools and stuff like that. And his face went from to a face of disgust. If I did it well enough, it went from that's weird to a face of disgust. Like, someone just gave you $20,000 for a trip, and then now you're spending it on useful things? What? That's the average mind now. It is not, how can I be a better man? How can I learn new skills that'll make me a better man, more competent? It's what can I get? Where can I go? How can I get just enough money so that I can get this truck or go on this vacation, all of which I can't afford? I think I'm trying not to say too much because a lot of what I'm doing is part of uh, like a, I don't even want to call it a program, but a program that Doug Casey has made up for young men. Um, so I won't say too much. It'll all come out, and everyone will have access to it. But the main central theme is direct your own life, help other young men direct their own lives, direct your own life by learning a set of games, activities, and occupations that are going to be useful to you now and could be useful to you in the future. And working on those every single day. It's turning, making that your life instead of just, oh, I go to work for 5 days a week and then over the weekend I do my own thing and then maybe I learn some of these things for a couple hours every week. No, it's making that part of your life and working as well. So, and one thing I've learned recently, just because I have been working, is it makes no sense how people can afford anything now. A backpack, your average backpack now for school is like $50. So if you're making $16 an hour, how many hours do you have to work in a terrible job to pay for a backpack? So it makes no sense how people can afford anything at all. Working 3 to 4 hours for a backpack by itself. And I've been paying very close attention to how much money I spend. Like, even I'll get weird about spending money on a drink, a $5 drink. I'm like, is it really worth it? No, most of the time it's not. If it'll help me be more productive, seriously, actually, yes, then maybe. Then maybe. But most people don't have that mindset. They're like, I just kind of want it right now. I just want this right now. I just want a new truck right now. I just want some LED lights to put under my truck right now. And it's that over and over and over again. So I think Dana White is completely correct that if you're getting like barely anything, barely any energy at all, which of course you don't want to settle for barely doing the bare minimum. But if you're giving barely anything, you're going to be better than everyone. It's so obvious. The way young men dress now, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they present themselves physically, the way they think, everything has shifted towards them being dependent on everyone but themselves and being losers. Like, complete losers. Now, a lot of that is due to the fact that they've been told this is how life goes, there's nothing other than that. At Doug Casey's program, again, I don't want to call it that because it's a way of life more than it is a program. It's about a replacement for college, basically. It's how can I learn valuable things that will actually make me a better, more capable, competent, skilled man than, well, maybe I should go to college. Plus, there's girls at college, easy women at college, so why not? Why not? Or maybe maybe I'll just see how how this job goes, and then we'll figure it out. Fast forward 5 years later, 10 years later, still there, still a loser, do nothing, do nothing. So, and I think now, with how the world is going and how it's been for the last 3.5 years, it's pretty clear that it's not going in a good direction, and that being dependent on other people, especially people you don't know, is the worst thing you could do. And is it not cool? I mean, it's so cool. The idea of being a completely capable man, like, drop me off in a helicopter anywhere in the world, I'm good kind of man. That should be the aim for most men, but it's instead the aim is that guy has a pretty cool truck. Uh, I need that. I need that. Or what's the easiest thing I can do to make a little bit of money? I want that. What's the least amount of effort I can put in to get just something I don't really want but pretend I want? Or something that other people want that I pretend I want? Over and over again. It's so ridiculous. None of that matters. None of that stuff matters. Your truck doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I mean, the amount of people who go to stores to buy stuff that they don't need is insane. That's where Fight Club got it right. All that stuff should be just taken away. It shouldn't exist. You don't need any of it. You need so little. And those few things that you actually need, or a few set of things that you would actually need or want, are meaningful, and they have a sense of meaning that comes with them that overpowers everything. So, if you could be as independent as possible as a young man, you should be. And you should be constantly striving to become more and more independent, is what I'm learning. For example, yesterday, I learned how to read topographic maps, which is, I knew the basics. I knew that if the contour lines are closer, that means that there's a steeper elevation. I knew that. But I didn't understand how to necessarily read a landscape using the contour lines, or how to figure out the distance between contour lines to figure out the elevation between those lines, or how to tell where there's a drainage or where there's a ridge. I didn't know how to read those things. But that's something that I might never use that ever in my life. But I know I can picture myself in a situation where I would want to know what I'm looking at. And that's a man skill, learning how to read a map. Whether that's a road map or topographic map is a man skill. That's a I want to be an individual skill. So, again, it's just piling up little things over time is what I'm learning while doing a set of big things. Oh, I'm doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu as well. So, BJJ, chess, learning Spanish, EMT class, and I'm not working at this moment, but I will be soon. Reading constantly, listening to audiobooks, tons of stuff. And as I find more stuff, I find more stuff behind those things to learn. Like, chess is not just what you think of when you think of chess. If you don't know anything about chess, it's, oh, then I can learn chess notation. Then I can learn different variations. There's so much more behind it. And I think everything's like that from what I've seen. So, anyway, two central themes for the video. And that is, you can destroy everyone and get to the top so easily. Like I mentioned in one of the previous videos, in the Count of Monte Cristo, it talks about how within a year, Edmond Dantes was completely unrecognizable. Not necessarily physically, although he would have been. I mean, he was in the Chateau d'If. His beard now, long hair, scraggly, looks rough. So I guess physically. But he learned math, reading, writing, economics, was building himself over a year, every day, over and over and over again, talking to Abbe Faria, or Faria, I don't remember, the priest, and learning from him. So, if you could, what could you do within a year if you tried to do important things every day that would take you to a place where you're more capable? You have no idea. And I'm finding I have no idea. I'm on my 3rd month now, and it's crazy. So, if you think you don't have time for something, you do. That's what I've learned. You do. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions on anything, let me know. Like, about anything I'm doing, just let me know. You can also contact me via email if you like. It's in the About section of this channel. There's been a lot of subscribers to the Great Man Podcast Substack, and I haven't uploaded anything to there in a while, but I wonder why there's been so many. I don't know. But yeah, if you have a son, you need to help them push forward in life. You need to get them started. Of course, they have to want to do these things, but you have to try to help them get started on doing important things that interest them every day. I do an hour of chess. I do 30 minutes of Spanish every day. Twice a week I go to BJJ. Twice a week I go to the EMT class. I study for the EMT class during the week. The EMT class is 8 hours every week. Read when I can. There's a lot of different things, but you have time. You have time. And you need to help the young men around you push forward. A lot of them you can't help, I don't think. But the ones you care about, the ones you love, you should try to help. Most of these guys are just a lost cause, as most people are, I think. Especially nowadays, it's become very clear. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll try to upload some more videos. We'll see. There's a lot going on. So, I appreciate you guys very much, and I hope you guys have a good day.